Good morning, everyone, and thank you for starting your day off with me. I'm Jenna Stauffer. Living here in the Keys, it's always nice to run into someone who's from my home state of Indiana, and that's exactly where my first guest, Jennifer Badgery, was raised. Along with being a fellow Hoosier, she's a graduate of my alma mater, Ball State University. But don't worry, we're not going to talk about the Cardinals too much. Instead, we're going to talk about the jewelry you see behind me, which was designed by Jennifer. As you can tell, she's so loaded with talent. I love her jewelry because it's so chic and so unique, and it can be purchased right here in Key West. She's going to give us all the details, along with telling us her story as to how she ended up here in Key West. Jennifer, thank you for being with me this morning.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Well, it is wonderful having you. And as I mentioned, you're from Indiana, so I love you already, Jennifer.
Thank you.
But how exactly did you end up here in Key West?
Well, fortunately, I did an internship, as I imagine you did, in telecommunications. I was invited by Peter Arno, who's still here in town, to be a sales and marketing rep for WEOW 92.5.
Okay.
I believe it's 92.7 now. However, it was a wonderful internship, and it gave me the opportunity to fall absolutely in love with Key West.
Okay, so you fell in love with Key West, and then while you were here, Jennifer, you said on your website, I saw that you quoted this, you fell back in love with your first love, which was fashion and
Absolutely,
design.
absolutely. I've always had an eye for fashion and been involved either with boutiques or fabrics in some sort, and this was a natural fit.
Okay, so when exactly did you start up your jewelry line?
Gosh, my husband and I have a little farm in Tennessee, and I went to a state fair, and they were having a huge bead show, and I purchased these antique beads and stones, brought them home, and hung them and displayed them on the wall. And they were magnificent, the texture, the color, the facets. And my husband inquired what I intended to do with them. And I said, well, I've done it. I've hung them, they're beautiful. And he encouraged me, and that's where the beginning happened.
Okay, so that's where it all started. So it
That's where it
actually
all
started in
started.
Nashville, or in Tennessee,
In
excuse
Tennessee,
me.
in Tennessee. We spend 1 or 2 months a year there.
Okay, okay.
And, less and less. We love Key West so much more.
Okay.
We spend less and less time there.
Okay, now your jewelry line, it's called Mango Season Jewelry.
Right,
How did
exactly.
you come up with the name Mango Season?
Well, this time of year is mango season, and it's my absolute favorite time of the year. The waters are calm and still. The trees and foliage are abundant and lush, and the mangoes are dropping. So it's just a beautiful time on the island where there is a sense of calm and lush abundance, and hence the name.
Okay, great. And everybody can check out Mango Season Jewelry online, but you also can purchase it in one of the stores, one of the
Absolutely.
galleries here. Tell us about
Absolutely.
the gallery you're in.
It's fabulous. I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by 6 other talented local artists, hence the name 7 Artist Gallery, 604 Duval. It has been in the same location for at least 9 years, and all members have lived in Key West anywhere from 1 to 4 decades. So we're as local as you can be without being born and raised, and we all have a love for our island home, and it's certainly reflected in the artwork.
Okay, great. Well, your artwork, it's amazing, Jennifer, as everyone can see behind us. And, you know, what would you say is your mission with your jewelry line, Jennifer?
You know, it's interesting that you asked. I did an interview for a young gal in grade school for a school project, and she asked a similar question. And of course, I had to pause and reflect, and what came to mind was joy. Seeing joy on the faces of the ladies who come into the gallery, seeing just them transform into this sense of wonder and delight. That's what does it for me. Is seeing the joy that's brought by, I think, just simply putting some stones and metals together. I think the stones have energy, and it's joy. It's just joy.
That's wonderful. Now, what type of customer do you think best fits the Mango jewelry?
It's wide and it's broad. The jewelry seems to have an energy and a life of its own, and it attracts a huge array of clients. young, hip girls, sophisticated attorneys. It's a real broad spectrum. It could be my downfall. I don't have a narrow line. My line is extremely prolific, and I work with a multitude of elements. So I don't know if I can pinpoint who wears Mango Season jewelry designs, but I would say happy people.
Happy people.
Very happy people, yeah.
I love that answer. Okay, any chance, before we have to go, Jennifer, any chance of you ever moving back to Indiana, or are you here to stay?
Ooh, here to stay. Here to stay. Here to stay. 22 years and counting.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing all of this with us this morning. And if you're interested in Jennifer's jewelry, check her out online, and also check her out at 7 Artists Art Gallery, located at
604 Duval.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back after these messages.